You read the title of this video and you probably clicked quick as shit, and I don't blame you. But is it fully cap? Man, I'd say I've been dating girls from the ages of 20 to now the ripe age of 28. So maybe it's 1,005 at this point. But the reason why this video is so important and why you should watch it all the way through is because this is 8 years of experience condensed down to maybe 15 minutes. So this video is going to be extremely helpful. This video is going to fast track your success faster than almost any video I've ever made. So sit back, relax. In this video, I'm going to break down my 8 years of experience and what I've learned so you can learn from my mistakes. The first thing that I learned is effort does not equal women. Now let's take a trip back down to memory lane. Let's go back to high school. For me, right, I'd walk her to class. I saw she was drinking this caramel macchiato, so I'd buy it before school, get to, Starbucks like 6:30 in the morning, buy it for her, bring it to her, right? Then maybe I would, text her every day, call every day, and I wanted to make her feel like I liked her. Because in my head, I never wanted to give her uncertainty. I wanted to give her no doubt in her mind, Chad likes you. And guess what? Over the years of me doing that from, say, freshman year to senior year, it never worked. Now, can you argue, yeah, Chad, these girls just didn't like you back and that's what it is? Sure. But a lot of them reciprocated energy. One day they walked me to class, so they called me first, right? But I never won her in the end. And there's probably a lot of you guys right now that, let's say, you're older, you're my age, or you're a bit younger than me, and you have a coworker, and every single day you ask her about her weekend, you buy her lunch, and you always pick up after her, and you help her out, and you pick her up from the airport, but she never makes time to see you in a romantic setting. It's always, can I bring a friend? Can you bring your other friend? Oh, your friend's cute. Like, can you set me up with him? It's never you. But in your head, you're like, wait, I'm the one doing all the effort. Like, why isn't this working? And you see, what I've learned is women aren't a math equation. You see, us men, we like to be very logical in how we approach women. If we do this, this, and this, that should equal this. And when you find out that's not the truth, and sometimes the guys doing the absolute least are getting the most, it makes you open your eyes to the female nature of things. And you're like, okay, I don't have to do all these things. I don't have to do this, 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 and this to get her attention, right? Now, it's unfortunate because when you watched Disney movies and when the game your mom gave you, let's go to the Disney movie, right? When you watched Disney movies, what happened? The guy in the beginning didn't have the girl. Some like loser, jock, a-hole had her. And over the case of the movie, the span of the movie, right? Eventually he won in the end. But guess what, guys? We are not in a Disney movie. And if you do have her in the end, it's when she's 32, 33 with a kid or two, and she now wants you to come and clean up the mess. Well, guess what, baby? If I wasn't the first round pick, I don't want you, okay? I don't want you when you've already chosen 4 or 5 guys ahead of me, okay? So take this really serious. Just because you did everything, it does not mean she's going to be attracted to you. A lot of times what guys do wrong is they treat the attraction phase like they already won the girl over. Walking her to class and buying her flowers, that stuff is great in a relationship, but in the attraction phase, there has to be a bit of a mystery. If there's not a bit of mystery, then she's probably gonna get bored of you and move on to the next guy. So don't treat the introductory phase, the attraction phase, like you already have her, because that may mean she may eventually get bored of you and move on to somebody else. This next thing I learned piggybacks perfectly. Uncertainty actually builds attraction. And when I started to realize this, it hurt my feelings. Like, there's some guys out there that are full-blown incel and they watch forums all day and looks maxing websites, and they don't really engage with women because they realized the nature was so bad, they just kind of left the game. For me, when I learned the nature, it motivated me. It didn't make me bitter to the game. It made me appreciate the game. So let's go back to the point. Uncertainty builds attraction. What do I mean by that? You see, women will even admit this on podcasts, and I love when they do this because it just validates my point even further. When she's like, we just had a great first date. He didn't text me. this night. We had a great first date. He didn't text me in the morning. Was it a bad date? Now she's texting her friends, asking her tarot reader to figure you out. And then all of a sudden, a day or two later, you text her. And now her dopamine fucking spikes, right? And the reason this is because women are so used to men being won over just like that because they're attractive. Imagine being a woman and every time you meet a guy, he's already won over. Like you didn't have to show up on a date, you didn't have to do anything for him, you didn't have to drive across country for him. Who you were already won him over. That's how a lot of girls are with their dating life. They meet guys and they're like, damn, just like that, you're not gonna like have me do anything for you. You just roll over. So think about that. When you go on the first date, okay, you picked her up, you planned the date, you paid for it. Why can't she shoot you a text saying thank you? Why can't she shoot you a call saying I appreciate last night? Why does it always have to be you? Have some uncertainty. You don't have to always be the one texting first, calling first. Leave some room. Stop feeling like you always have to close the gap, right? Because for some of you guys, you've been so predictable over the months or the weeks that she knows I never have to text him. He will. I never have to call him. He will. When I talk to girls and I date girls, I leave some uncertainty. I let 3, 4, 5 days go by sometimes. Yeah, you're gonna have to text or call me sometimes too. I let them know that by my actions. So you don't always have to be so certain. You can build some attraction, and actually a lot of it, by being a bit uncertain, right? On the date, are you complimenting her the whole time and gassing her up? Be a bit of a mystery. Don't maybe say all your thoughts about how you feel in that exact moment. Be a bit uncertain. So that's a big thing that I learned over the years is when I build some uncertainty, it builds more attraction. When I was young, I was all about certainty. How can I make this girl feel like I like her a lot? How can I make this girl feel like I want to see her every day? But now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let this girl's mind wander a bit. Yep, I'm gonna let this girl's mind just a bit because I don't need to reveal all of my cards so soon. Let things simmer. Don't close the gap always. Let her call first. Let her text first. Don't feel bad about it because definitely she doesn't either. The third thing I learned over all of these years is you don't have to do these dates that are so grand. And the reason why I know this is because I guarantee you, this isn't even a fact, but I can guarantee you, line up 10 girls and ask them, how do you feel about a guy that asked you to a nice dinner? They would say, oh, probably a potential boyfriend. Oh, he's so classy. Oh, he seems like a nice guy, seems like a gentleman, right? And you're probably thinking, Chad, what's the problem with this stuff? Okay, now ask those 10 girls, how would you feel if a guy asked you out to drinks? Oh, he's probably casual. Oh, low effort. Oh, he probably just wants to smash. But here's the thing. What's wrong with that? Because a lot of you guys, here's what happens. You guys just want to smash, and that's okay. And what happens is you take her out on this dinner, and then this dinner, and then this dinner, and then when she doesn't sleep with you, you're mad. Bro, why are you being so romantic for? Why are you pulling out chairs and bringing flowers and doing all this romantic shit when you just want to hit? You're being disingenuous by doing this, right? So my thing is, the more grand you make this date, the more you put this date on the pedestal, go in the nicest restaurant in town, the more likely she's going to reserve herself. Because guys, you can't blame women. If a girl sees that you're putting in the proper effort and you're going to a nice dinner, she may reserve herself. Now guys, let's be real. Has a girl smashed after a dinner date? Absolutely. It happens. Guys have smashed girls on coffee dates. My point is this though. Usually, the more grand you make the date, the more of a time she may reserve herself or put you in the boyfriend zone. The boyfriend zone is a place where she puts you when she sees you as potential wifey or hubby material. Not wifey, hubby material, right? And I know what you're thinking. What's the problem with being a hubby? The problem with being a hubby is you wouldn't wife this girl. That's the thing. That's the disconnect here. Is if you wouldn't wife this girl, why are you doing husband dates? Keep it casual. And if you say drinks and then she goes, no, let's do dinner, you're dealing with a woman that has like a code of ethics. She's not doing what she truly wants. She's following a book. Oh, if a guy doesn't do dinner, you push back and say, you want to do dinner instead. Like, no. And number two, she values more the experience rather than you. Because if a girl likes you, she'll get some taco trucks and eat that shit in the car. She will if she values you. If she values an experience more, she'll push for a dinner date outside of your budget. Or if it's in your budget, who knows? All I'm saying is, if you just want to smash, bro, stop doing dates that make you seem like you're husband material when you're not. You're being disingenuous to yourself. And all that does is build resentment towards the game, resentment towards women when you take her out on 3-4 dinner dates and she ain't smashing. If all you want to do is smash, keep it casual and just do drinks. Piggyback so perfectly. Don't be scared to be sexual. Stop. The amount of times I get on calls with guys and they're like, bro, how do I escalate without seeming like a creep? Bro, how do I escalate on a date back to my place without her? Guys, here's the thing. Especially when you're more grown, you're 26, you're 27, 28. This girl knows the game. If she put on makeup, got sexy for you, and is in front of you on a date, she's basically saying sex can happen or it will, depending on the girl, right? Her being on a date in front of you is basically her way of saying sex can happen tonight. And if you think I'm wrong, the girl that made you wait 3 dates busted it open for a guy on the first. I promise you, every girl has broken a rule for a certain type of guy. And maybe it's just not you. But the point is this. When I'm on a date, I'm escalating back to my place. Because why not? Why not? If you know for a fact you would never bring this girl home to your mother, why are you treating her like she's a saint? Why? What's the point? See, here's the thing, man. I struggle with girls the most with this mentality. Oh, if I ask her back, will she get mad? Oh, if I ask her back, will I seem thirsty? I'd much rather ask her back and she say no than me not say anything at all. I guarantee you guys there's been a night where a girl shaved down there and did everything right, went on a date with you, and you never asked her back to your place, and she was like, well, that was a freaking waste. I was trying to get laid tonight. It's happened to me, and it's happened to you too, where a girl came out knowing she wanted to smash, but you didn't give her that shot. You didn't give her that opportunity. So stop being ashamed of your sexual energy. When you're out on a date, right? Her body language will let you know. If she's still sitting like this, shoulders facing the venue and talking to you over her shoulder, wait. The second she opens up her shoulders, her legs are crossed, and she's facing you, that's when she's basically saying, okay, I'm comfortable. Now you can escalate. When you make her laugh, touch her knee, touch her thigh, touch her elbow, right? Escalate slowly. And as the date comes to an end, you can say, hey, look, 2 options. Either A, we can call it a night, or B, we can go on the next adventure. And when she says, what's the next adventure? Either A, to another spot where you escalate even more, or B, just back to your place. So to a second spot, you would say something like, well, hey, there's actually a fun salsa bar down the street. Let's go dance. Or B, hey, there's actually a pretty low-key, chill view spot around the corner. Let's go check it out. Then at the view spot, maybe she's facing the view and then your chest is on her back and your arms are, around her waist, right? You're escalating, right? Or you're at the salsa bar and you're dancing with her. Your faces are getting close. You guys are, you're escalating through touch, right? That's the whole point of the second location, right? Is to build even more rapport through touch. And then when you get back to your place, that's a whole nother video. But the whole point is stop being scared of being sexual. She could want it just as much as you do. So stop being ashamed of it. You have testosterone, you're waking up with your wee hard as a rock. It's for a reason. Use that sexual energy, let her know what time it is. And if she sees you as a creep, she doesn't like you. Because any girl that's into you wants to be wants you inside of her. Let's keep it a buck. All right. Don't think you're a creep. Don't think you're a loser, because you're a man at the end of the day. Every girl knows whenever she gets asked out on a date, that guy would sleep with her. Like, no girl's like, oh, you want me to come back to your place? What? She knows, bro, because she's been there before. She's been back to a guy's place on the first date. She knows what time it is. You know what I'm saying? If you were cool, calm, collect on this date, she have no problem coming back to your place, bro. Just ask her. And the last thing I can bring up after dating all these women is leverage your strengths. As you guys can tell, I'm this charismatic ball of energy. So approaching women in real life works really well for me. If you're a guy that's really socially awkward, your voice kind of just sounds like this and it's very monotone, maybe you're better with online dating apps. So double down on online dating apps, get the best photos, the best locations, and double down there, right? So leverage what you're good at is you have to find out, what are people telling you? You're a good storyteller. You're so outgoing. Okay, leverage that. You're so smart, you're so logical. Okay, maybe use dating apps and be better at that. Now, obviously, do your best to be good at everything, but I believe you should use your strengths, right? I have a homie who's not, he's not big on going out. He doesn't like being in big crowded spaces. So what did he do? He doubled down on dating apps. Me, I love going out. I love being around tons of people and socializing. So I approach a lot. Right? On your dating apps, right? For me, I use the voice note feature because I'm outgoing and charismatic and girls love my voice note. It pulls girls all the time, right? If you're not this charismatic, outgoing guy, maybe skip the voice note and just use funny prompts and have good photos, right? Leverage what you are good at and use that in your dating life. I think that's one of the strongest things you can do for 2024 and on. If you're still watching this video, I really do appreciate it. I think the biggest one that opened my eyes was number one, which is just because you put in all this effort, that does not mean you're going to get her. The second I took the logic out of getting women, that's when my dating life got so much better, because I was putting in so much effort into a girl just to not get her. And I seen other guys who weren't trying at all and they were getting them. So that was a big disconnect for me, was the whole effort thing. And lastly, if you'd like to connect with me through live calls every single Monday, get access to all my course material, get access to me in private messages, I'll leave the link down below for my group coaching /Discord.
I just want to say thanks for all your advice and info, because as of lately, it's honestly completely changed the game for me.
Really?
A lot of stuff. Yeah. I was getting a few things here and there, but just the way that our community and how we approach things, it's completely turned the tables for me. Whenever I do get matches, I'm able to convert them really fast. Before I would have to convince them and try and make them want to talk to me and whatnot, but after your tips and tricks and your methods, it completely changed it for me.
We have live calls every single Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm looking forward to have you on our next call. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll be talking to y'all soon. Peace.